What is up, guys? I'm Shivam Pandey and you are watching The Techpreneurs. And welcome to a story devlog. This story is about a game which I created in a couple of hours while traveling just to kill my boredom, but now it has emerged to a bigger project than that. This story is about my game Bomber from the start to its current progress. So, about 7 months back, while I was going out for my holidays, I was sitting in an airport waiting for my flight to come. The flight was delayed and we have to wait for about 2 hours before we can depart, and 2 hours was quite a long wait for me. So to get rid of my boredom, I turned on my laptop, opened a new project in Unity and tried to think of some new game ideas. And that's when the original idea of Bomber came to me. The idea was for a simple game in which you have a plane, you can control the plane by changing its direction, and you can drop bombs down on the enemies going below. If the bomb hits the enemies, then your score increases by 1. But if the bomb hits the land, then the score resets back to 0. A simple arcade high score game. As the idea was quite simple, I was able to complete that game from the idea to a complete playable build in just 2 hours, and I named that game Bomber Incomplete. Finally, after the vacations were over, we were back home and I published the game to the Google Play Store. It got a few downloads and I thought that was it for that game. After that, I left the project and started working on some other ideas. Some of them are published on the Play Store, some of them are not, but recently, after lockdown started due to the COVID-19, I started running out of ideas. All the prototypes that I created failed and I had nothing to work on. So I thought, instead of working on some new game idea, why not rework on some old game projects? Although I had many projects to choose, but don't know why I picked up Bomber and tried to recreate it. After working on it for a month, I created another version of that game named Bomber 2.0, which was much better than the previous version. The new version has many features that were missing in the previous one. In the previous version, the enemies were just moving from left to right, but in the new versions, there are some great enemies that can shoot at you, that can shoot missiles, they have lasers, and you can die from those lasers. And there was a boss fight introduced in the game. Apart from this, I have added a leaderboard system in the game in which players can check each other's ranking and compete with all of the players around the world. I've added a shop system in which players can unlock new planes for their game and that would increase their life, and some other features that made the gameplay much better than the previous version. Then I published the game to the Google Play Store and started working on my recent project named Piggy Tries Again, which is a hardcore platformer. And I thought finally that was the end to the Bomber series. But recently, a game dev company from India announced a publishing opportunity, and I also sent my games to them. Fortunately, one of my games was selected by them, and they are going to publish that game. And guess what? The game is the same game, Bomber 2.0. And here I am, working again on a game that I created just to pass my time, now making it to a version which can be published and put in front of a wider audience. With more features, more improvement, better gameplay, but with the same name, Bomber 2.0. The new version of Bomber 2.0 had all the things that were available in the previous one, but it has some new features introduced to it. The biggest change in the gameplay is the introduction of 3 different play modes: a normal mode, a challenge mode, and a time attack mode. The normal mode is the normal gameplay of Bomber 2.0, in which you have to kill enemies and try to reach as big score as you can. You have certain lives in this mode and you can increase the lives by purchasing certain items from the shop. But the 2 new modes are a bit different from the normal mode. In both the modes, there is no life system and there is a system of certain death. If the missile hits the land, then you are all dead. If the missile of the enemies hits you, then also you are dead. No other chances given. Now talking specifically about the challenge mode. This mode is some kind of a level mode in which the game throws a certain amount of enemies to be killed. And if you kill those amount of enemies, then you are promoted to the next level. Else you have to play the same level until you kill that amount of enemies. The challenges are pretty easy at the start, but the difficulty ramps up pretty quickly. Now talking about the time attack mode. In this mode, you have a timer which is constantly decreasing, and to revive the timer, you have to constantly kill enemies. If the timer reaches 0, then you are dead. If you are hit by a missile or your missile touches the ground, then also you are dead. So in this mode, the player needs to have a good speed, but at the same time also had a good accuracy. Apart from the gameplay, I have also changed the leaderboard system of the game. Earlier you could see only top 10 score holders of the game, but now you can see the rank of as many players as you want, including a dedicated separate section that will show your current rank and your best score. Apart from this, in the previous version you can only unlock 5 different planes in the game, but now in the newer version, instead of 5 you can unlock 10 different planes in the game. So that was all about the story of my game. If everything goes right, hopefully very soon the game would be published on the Play Store and you all would be able to play and review it. Till then you can join my Discord server if you want to ask something, you have any queries. Also you can post it down in the comment section. If you like this video, consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Also press that bell icon so that you are notified each time I post a new video. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, dream big, hustle hard, and keep watching The Techpreneurs. Bye.